we get back on the ship. Now we get to go to the party for the people who had gotten their tickets from the radio, which was a pretty big room. And I had already been talking to the DJ people, and they knew I did a little bit of comedy, and I was making them laugh because I was just getting into comedy at the time, and I was making them laugh. So they let me take the mic at the party and talk to the crowd of people. And I start telling the story. Now, the story was fresh on my mind at the time, and I wish that I had a video of that set. But I start doing the story of our day in Cozumel, and people are cracking up. I mean, we really had a good time. I mean, that was probably my best set of comedy that I've ever done. And I was just talking about the trip. I was talking about eating nuts and being like, these nuts are grown with water. And just talking about how humiliated we were, how terrified we were, how, honestly, how much fun we had. It was such a great time. I was so happy we did that and saw a little bit of real Cozumel as opposed to just doing the touristy stuff. We actually did something the locals do, and we got out there and we lived a life. I mean, me and my mom rode a scooter together around Cozumel, drenched wet, wearing our some souvenir T-shirts we got. I don't even know what happened to those shirts. But it was a good time. And then the costume contest came up. This was a couple of days later, maybe the next day, I don't know. The costume contest came up. And people have wonderful, elaborate costumes. And me and my mom are dressed as Raggedy Ann and Raggedy Andy Jr. I got overalls on. I'll show a picture of this. I'll try to share the picture on social media just so you can see what we looked like. And, I mean, it was a good costume. I mean, my mom made the wig. She made everything. She made actually a Raggedy Andy Jr. shirt, like suit for me, but I wouldn't wear it. I chose to wear my own overalls that I brought. I was like, I'm not wearing that. And so what we did was you had to get into the finals, and then once you were in the finals, then the judges would vote for the winner. But I went around and I made a spectacle, right? I mean, I was getting attention for us. I was like telling everybody, vote for us, vote for us, vote for us, vote for us. And I was going around, I was making people laugh. We were having a good time. I mean, it was a party. Me and my mom were having a good time. I mean, we were getting down as Raggedy Ann and Raggedy Andy Jr. And then once that was all set, we made it to the finals. We made it to the finals with people that had unbelievable costumes. I mean, they looked so good. It was just unbelievable. And then, so we made it to the finals. We made it to the stage. We got to stand up in front of everyone. And I had made friends with the entire ship. And then when the first round of cuts came, boom, we were the first ones cut. So we were out, but we made it. And then the shame of it was I was so decorated up in these costumes that the next day no one knew who I was. So I spent all this time making friends with the whole ship, and then it didn't even pay off for me because no one knew who I was the next day. So it was a real shame. But we had a great time, and that was our trip on a Cozumel cruise. We had a great time. And, you know, that's it. I mean, that's that story. What a great story it was. But that's it.